Welcome to the first episode of Gamers Vault Online. We have Andrej here. He has a YouTube channel. You guys can check it out. It's all about Netrunner, and he's here to tell us about the game. So, what can you tell us?
Cool. So Android Netrunner is my favorite game right now. We were just at a store. There's a store championship today at the Gamers Vault. It's very exciting. So Android Netrunner is what's called a living card game, and it's interesting for many reasons. This game actually goes back maybe 20, 30 years at this point. It was originally created by a man named Richard Garfield, who's a pretty well-known game designer, probably most well-known for Magic the Gathering.
Okay.
So, back in the late 80s or whatever it was at that point, after finishing with Magic, Richard Garfield wanted to make another card game that kind of did some things that Magic didn't do for him and tackled those elements. And he came up with a game called Netrunner. And this was a game set in a dystopian future, and it was about hackers.
Okay.
And this was the early 90s, late 80s kind of hacker aesthetic, which is absolutely charming if you haven't seen it before, seen sort of stuff before. And is an asymmetrical card game. So the two people who are sitting across the table from each other are actually playing two different games, and they have two different win conditions, which is really interesting. So this is the world of Netrunner. It is the future.
Okay.
And there are some megalithic corporations, some really big companies.
Like there's one called Wayland, which is kind of like a throwback to like the Alien series.
Yeah. Wayland is a reference to Weyland-Yutani from the Alien series. And these companies own large portions of the world. They have large stakes in government, in manufacturing, and information. They control so much. And they are keeping the people down. They're suppressing the people, and life actually isn't that good for some people. So, the other side of the table, you have what is called in Netrunner a runner, and that's an important part of Netrunner. And these people are hackers, and they're single individuals usually, and they are trying to hack into the servers, to break into these servers, and see what the corporations are up to, and expose some stuff. There's some really important cards in the card game called agendas. And agendas represent the kind of stuff that the corporation is up to. So may it be something as interesting as putting the company logo on the moon, which is a big deal, or something as insidious as staging a takeover of the government.
Okay, wow.
Which is a big deal.
Right.
So the runner's trying to get into these servers and find out what the corporations are up to and expose these agendas, steal these agendas, which is basically them telling the world, hey, this is what they're up to. People listen, and eventually the corporation can be overthrown.
Oh wow, I didn't know that part.
Yeah. On the other side, you have the corporation who are just trying to put money and time and protect these precious agendas so that the runner can't steal them, and the corporation can keep on building and doing their own thing. It's interesting because people, a lot of times, people side with one side. You have a lot of people that like to play corporation more than runner.
Right.
And when you come to something like a store, a championship, or any organized event, you usually play both. Like you sit down across from someone and you play your corp, and then you play your runner, and it's always something different, which is a lot of fun.
Okay. Sounds good. Yeah. Okay. So if I understand correctly, basically the idea here is the corporation. You're the HQ.
Yep.
You have your R&D where you develop, you pick out your cards, and then you have your archive where you throw your cards out, and of course, you can get hacked into there, and then you've got your servers. What are this? Yeah. Well, we won't get into the whole mechanics of everything because it's way too. It's really cool. I hope I have a chance to try it out later on today. But basically, if I understand correctly, that's the gist of it. Is you've got your HQ, you've got your servers, you've got your archives, and your R&D, and then the hackers are trying to get into all of those.
That's exactly correct. There's a really good sense of physicality with this game, which is weird considering most of it happens in the net space, like somewhere online or in computers or what have you. But that's the idea, is that your hand is called, as a corporation, called your HQ.
Right.
And that represents like headquarters. Everything in there is what the corporation's looking at right now. Like, oh, should we do the hedge fund?
Right.
Should we start selling phones? Something like that. And then you have your R&D.
We're going to have to cut.
Yeah.
We're going to have to cut. We have a lot to say, but check out his YouTube channel, and we'll see you guys next time.
Thank you.